something different, but that's my own choice.
Question.
Why? Sure.
I got a Sunesis from Twitch. Is that acceptable?
No, that's more of a what's that? That's the destroyer. So I was just about to say the reason we do doctrines is they're all based around sort of the kind of fit. In this case, a shield fit. They all go about the same speed and have similar properties, although they are different factions, and it just allows for logistics frigates to be more coordinated with the rest of the fleet. So there are some pretty cheap ships available here in the station if you can grab one of those.
Yeah, I've actually grabbed 3 of them.
Oh, okay. Well, you're ready to die a lot, I guess. Cool. I like
Well,
this. I like.
I'm I'm 7 jumps away still, so give me a tick, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No worries. Just make your way in. Like I say, there's a couple of things that we need to go through first. So I kind of went over doctrines. If anyone is interested in fittings, you kind of look at that doctrine on the authorization page. You'll see that they all do look very similar. They're all shield tanked, and then we have 2 logistics frigates. One of which, 2 of which? Do we have 2? I see 1, 2, 2 in the fleet. Both are designed around providing shield reps during a fight. So all of the, even though Valente and Amar are typically armor tanked, in this case, all the frigates are shield. The doctrine ships are also covered under the SRP, so that's the ship replacement program. If you lose it during the fight, we'll provide a link and you get your money back. So, all right, on to. So yeah, other than that one person in transit, we're all here. You should always dock up at what will be called the form-up station. That's to allow us to give any last-minute instructions, kind of like this. Check fittings, swap stuff, make sure you got enough ammo, all those good things. It also prevents any enemy scouts, from determining your fleet composition before you undock. If anyone has any implants, usually for a lot of alpha players, those are like the attribute enhancers, the +1 to intelligence, things like that you don't want to lose. Anyone have one of those? Just put an X in fleet chat, or if anyone needs there you go. So if you get into PvP or even sort of riskier wormhole roams, nullsec roams, things like that, and you have implants that you don't want to lose, you can train up a skill and that allows you to create what's called a jump clone. These can be created at pretty much any NPC station. And sorry, I just linked the skill into fleet chat. If you go over to the clone bay icon, which is like the little person inside the top of a sarcophagus icon on the far right, underneath the station name, you click on that, it'll open up an option to install a jump clone. There's a fee for this, but trust me, the fee is a lot less than the cost of all but the cheapest of implants. So there you go. I think alpha characters can train 1 level. If you're like Omega and really like jump clones, I think you can have up to 10. So you could basically, it also allows for some pretty fast travel in different parts of the EVE universe if you want to kind of use it for that. You can clone in some ships in different spots. For example, I have one in the Garista NPC null space, which is otherwise a 36 jump trip from here. Okay, any questions before we get started? Oh yeah, no, that's totally cool. If you can, that's actually pretty, kind of maxed out. That's encouraged. So if you mean the basic MQP fit is all pretty much Tech 1, a couple of meta modules. So as long as you don't have any blingy faction stuff, you're pretty good to go here. So yeah, definitely encouraged. It also encourages some fitting skills as well. So you kind of get used to like some of the different faction ships have different strengths and weaknesses, and you kind of play with those a little bit. Gives you a bit better understanding of the game as a whole. So, okay, if everybody's ready.
Yeah, just real quick, Alain, if SEADC members, if they go to that O'Darren Mining Manor location, your jump clone's only 45,000 to jump into it instead of 900,000.
Oh,
it's only, it's in system. It's only like 300 kilometers away.
Okay, so that's good. Good to know. There used to be another one that was Cesar Corp, and I think it's actually in the process of being undocked. On that note, if you do your jump clone at a player-owned station, then there's no cooldown. If you do it at an NPC station, you have to wait 24 hours before you jump back. But if you do it at a player-owned station, there's no cooldown, so that becomes very handy. You jump into your clone, you go do your PvP thing, you go do faction warfare, you go try and huff gas in a wormhole, whatever you like that has a potential high risk of dying, and you come back, you jump back into your clone with the implants, and then you accelerate your skill training overnight. So
how do we know whether something is player owned or NPC owned?
It will say NPC stations are usually just a square box, and then player-owned star stations are like Astor House, Fort Azars, things like that. They'll have a different symbol.
Okay, still brand newbie, not quite sure what you're on about.
Oh, okay. When we undock, I'll sort of point it out in the overview, and you kind of see the difference. It's just a different symbol in your overview. You can also right-click on anything, and it'll tell you who owns it. Okay, everyone but Tannen, if everyone can just go ahead and undock.
Yeah, I'm just pulling in right now.
Okay, and then you can just meet us in front of Mining Manor. So go ahead and undock, and then stop your ship, which can be done either by hitting Control Space or the little minus sign next to your capacitor. Your choice. Cool, we're all here. Check that later. Okay, so now we're out in space. A couple things. I will change my... All right. Make sure you're not linking it in the Intel channel. Okay, so overview. There's an overview setup, sort of standard that we use. It's linked there. ZS Core is the main. ZS Standard is sort of a typical, we'll call it a fit, basically. And what that does is it changes your overview settings so that it puts proper, essentially, color code stuff, separates it into different tabs to make it easier to target enemies, find your friends, warp to safety, and... Sorry, I'm getting... Squirrels are bouncing around my screen over here. Warp to safety and basically follow FC commands. I use a slightly tweaked version of that, but it has all of the mining. Yeah, I don't know if there's a mining fleet one. Probably. I'll have to look. Good question. So now, to answer your earlier question, so you can see if you go to the little airplane-looking it's you, Lupin. Okay. If you look in the overview, you'll see something that looks like a little airplane. That's the travel. If you click on that tab, you'll see a square. That's the station right behind us, which is the Astra, the other mining. Yeah, so if you go down to Mining Manor, you'll see it's a little rectangle with a line through it, and it'll say refinery. It also has a little white arrow, or should be white, or even green probably for SEADC, and that'll say you have access. So that's the sign of a player-owned station. If you go up here, at least on mine, there is the Rock Barbecue, which is a Ratteroof engineering complex. I do not have docking access to that, so I couldn't access that station for anything. So. Going along in the tabs, there's basically what I call the combat tab that will display enemies. There's an orange or yellowy colored tab, that's target, which basically shows just drones. That can be very useful if you are engaged in particularly a ratting ship. Common ratting ship is the Vexor Navy issue, which relies almost entirely on drones for damage. So tactic is you keep the main ship webbed down, target the drones. Once the drones are dead, it's pretty easy to whap down the main ship. So that'll be the targeting area there for those interested. We have 2 logistics in fleet. Can I get both logistics to put an X in fleet chat? Unless there's a third logistics has joined us. Okay, watch list. So if you open up your fleet window, which is the little chevrons accessed by the Neocom menu, which is the E at the top left of your screen, scroll down to social, click on fleet. It'll bring up the fleet window, which has 3 tabs. The first one says My Fleet, the next one is History, and then the third one is Fleet Finder, which basically shows you advertisements and stuff. If you click on the My Fleet, click on My Name, right click, and click on Add to Watch List. You'll see how it should appear in a little window off to the side, and you'll see 3 bars corresponding to my shield, armor, and hull.
Where is this supposed to come up? Because I don't see anything changed.
Oh, okay. We had this problem the other day too. Yeah, thank you. Forget where it was. Sometimes also on your menu bar on the very left, you'll see maybe another window open up, but I think it like default opens up way up at the top. So
yeah, I see
just move that.
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
Control tab will help you find it.
There we go. Control tab until it pops up. Knew there was another trick for that.
Oh, you're talking about the thing that normally has my drones in it.
It might be actually attached to that window as well.
Okay, yeah, there you are.
Yeah. Okay, and then so there's Minglefar and Stando. Add those 2 to watch list as well. They are the logistics, so you'll know who to scream at when you need reps. And does anybody want to volunteer to be scout?
Hell, why not?
Okay, I got 2 people. And I don't recognize your name. So just put an X in fleet chat. If you've done a few of these before and you'd like to try it, that's probably preferable to like absolutely brand new people. So volunteers for scouts. You might get bumped if like one of there. Okay, bumped to scout. You're not multi-boxing? No. Okay, cool. Okay, we can add thumped so everyone add thumped to the watch list as well.
If you wants to try it, I don't mind. Like I can second it.
Okay, sure. Okay, Tannen, you want to try it?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Or Tiberius? Which one? Oh, I guess Tiberius was first.
Whatever.
Okay, you know what? We'll go with Tiberius. And then Tannen can be backup scout, and then Thump can be scout FC. There we go. Okay, so everyone had Tiberius to watch list, and he can be the scout. The reason you want to add the scout to the watch list is because he's probably not going to be in the system. So logistics, we currently have 14 people in fleet, so you can go ahead and add the whole fleet to your watch list. The advantage of the watch list is it basically acts as a targeting center. So you can right-click on anyone in your watch list, and it will bring up the commands to approach, orbit, lock target, warp to member, things like that. So it's particularly for logistics, it's a very handy way of rapidly targeting people. Scout FC, please. Okay, I'm just going to start ignoring. Okay, on to, you can also, if you click on your watch list, and there's 4 little bars at the top, brings up some options to color code your watch list. And so you can color code logistics green, me red, yellow, however you want. Preference is entirely up to you. And once you're done checking out that, if you go back over to the fleet window, you'll see the middle tab is called History. I get everyone to click on that. And then down at the bottom right corner, there's a little symbol. It should read, look like 4 arrows, one pointing in each direction. If it's not, click on that until it looks like the 4 arrows, and that's basically broadcast direction. So that will broadcast your message to everyone in the group. So you can also color code these broadcasts, which if you look at the bottom left of the fleet window, you'll see a little eyeball which says broadcast spotted an enemy, a square with a plus, that's broadcast spotted armor, a square with a shield, that's need shields, then there's capacitor and in position, things like that. The main one we need to worry about for this fleet is broadcast shield. So everyone go ahead and click on broadcast shield. Okay, so now you will see that you appear, both a little shield icon appears above your ship, and you also appear in the history. In larger fleets, which will likely happen as we get going here, you can only have a maximum of 15 people in your watch list. So if you're logistics in particular, you can't have the whole fleet in your watch list. So you'll want to rely on the fleet history to get people to get people reps. So, okay, next step, everyone make sure your safety is turned to green. To do this, there's a little colored button. It's to the sort of up and left from your capacitor display in the bottom of your screen. We can change the safety later. Those of you who've heard the spiel before know there was an unfortunate training accident where somebody who had their safety set incorrectly targeted me during the next exercise and targeted me with a warp disruptor and got concorded. We don't want that. So set your safety to green, and then I'll get somebody to basically right-click on me, which you could actually do through the watch list, and go broadcast target. Anyone? If I could broadcast myself. No, I can't. Okay, no, so you want to go, yeah, there we go, target. So now you can, in the fleet history, you can control click on my name or on that target. You'll also see a little crosshairs above my ship. So you can control click on that and you will target that ship, assuming that you are in range. So when things, if we do encounter multiple ships, I will be calling targets both via voice comms on Discord and via the broadcast target. So if, when in doubt, just kind of look for the next target. So, okay. Any questions so far?
Yeah, one. It's only sort of related. Is there any benefit to pressing this group all weapons button?
And that yes, and that it means you have to press fewer keys. So if you group all weapons, drag them all the way off to the F1 position, you can basically fire all weapons with a single button click. If you are logistics, you do not want to group all your weapons. Sorry, Sorry, somebody's like spamming. You don't want to group all the things because you want to be able to set your reps evenly. For logistics, the priority is me first, each other second, whoever's screaming the loudest third. No, just kidding. I will try and call targets for reps as much as I can, but use your discretion. But basically, with 2 logistics, try and keep each other alive and myself. You have 3 shield reps. You also have a capacitor booster that will refill your capacitor, so kind of use those as needed. The first destination is in fleet chat, so everyone can go ahead and set that destination. I will also broadcast directions into fleet chat, and so then you can go ahead and align. So get everyone to align to that Stargate.
What do you mean by that?
So if you, in the fleet history, if you click on, right click where I just posted, it says Stargate Ogne, and then it should give you an option to align to. You can also do the same up in the top right by clicking on the Stargate, and then there's a little arrow pointing at a circle which says align to. Okay, now everyone, so that's basically how you would align to a gate. Now get everyone to click on me and click on approach. And you'll see that you all sort of change direction and you start following me. So that's one of the main fleet commands is approach, essentially that anchors you onto me. And now the next command will be prop mode. We all have micro warp drive, so go ahead and turn your prop mode on. And click approach on me, and now you'll see we all start, nice little line, start heading towards me. So that's one of the main commands is anchor on me, particularly in larger fleets. At this point, for instance, if we all had like missile boats or drone boats, I could control the direction of the entire fleet, and the rest of you could kind of focus on engaging the enemy, usually for like structures and stuff like that. So. Oh yes, if you do have logistics, your logistics ship is just a little bit slower. So did everyone set the destination to Accio? It should give you a route of 9 jumps. If it does not, left click on the route button, which is well, it looks like letter A, but could also be a spaceship, I suppose. And then scroll down and you'll want to go prefer shorter. So that will bring you, it should bring you 9 jumps. And then go ahead and align to the Ogne gate, which again I will broadcast to. And then go ahead and take the fleet warp. Now, okay, sorry, it was Tiberius, right? Yeah, it's Tiberius. So on the, in the fleet, you will want to mark yourself as exempt from fleet warp. That way I won't accidentally warp you and screw up your scouting, so.
So the left bars on your fleet window, and then you go down and there should be, it says flag exempt.
Yeah.
Is that better? So in your fleet window, there's a little like 4 horizontal bars next to the word fleet. Click that, and it says flag exempt from fleet warp.
Okay, cool. You got it there. Awesome. Okay, so that was a fleet warp. So we all aligned, and I warped the fleet as one unit. And then I don't know if you were paying attention during the warp. You will notice that we all ended up in a little ball partway to our destination. This ensures that we all leave the situation at the same time, and more importantly, arrive at the location at the same time, so that none of the stragglers get potentially disrupted and lapped down by the enemy we were trying to avoid. So. Okay, so now we're at the gate. This is a gate into high-sec, so the gate is green. That is one of the commands, so everyone can go ahead and jump. There is, as of yet, no command to jump a whole fleet, so everyone can go ahead and jump. Gates will have basically two statuses, red, which means don't jump, and green, which means it's okay to jump. Once you jump through a gate, hold your cloak on the other side. You've got a minute timer where you're invulnerable. This allows us to basically suss out the situation. Maybe something's changed since the scout left the inbound gate, and it allows us to just kind of remain hidden from anybody who may have showed up. So generally speaking, after entering the system and sorting out, the command will be align to. So everyone align to the Del Toll gate, and you'll see everyone kind of start popping up in the screen. So go ahead and align to Del Toll, which will also be in the fleet window as well. So you can right click it on there. And then go ahead and take the warp. So, and you can see we all pretty much left at the same time. Like I say, logistic ships have a slight pause, but as long as you're aligned, you should be fairly close behind us. So when we're in fleet, basically there's a few comm statuses. Comms black means I am the only one who should be talking, along with potentially the scout or scouts. Comms open means feel free to ask questions. And if we're just sort of humming along and maybe you see something, you kind of jumped off somewhere and you want to get everyone's attention, go check, check. That's basically the voice comm signal for everyone to sort of pay attention, see what's going on, and sort of essentially await. At that point, you'll kind of be expected to follow up on your check with, hey, I saw this, or did we miss that, or what about this sorts of things. So, okay, so the gate here is green, so you can go ahead and jump. Jump is also a word you don't want to use during fleet because Scout. Okay, sorry. Yeah, you don't want to confuse people, so the FC will basically be calling the gate status. So, okay, we can go ahead and align to the Collier. I was trying to say these without crazy French accents, because... Collier. Oh, someone who might actually be French. Awesome.
No.
Unless they're also doing crazy, outrageous French accents. Okay.
Close.
All right. Go ahead and align to Collier, and then take the fleet warp. Or not, because sometimes the FC forgets to warp the whole fleet. So if that happens, you see me leave, and you're standing there going, what do I do? Best thing is to just warp yourself.
Guess I'll die.
Or die. The preference though is to warp yourself out of danger. Okay. And then we'll all end up there, just not as a nice little group. So, okay, the gate here is also green, so we can go ahead and jump. Once we get to Bay, we can see who else has joined us, and we'll set up a couple of additional roles for the fleet warp. So, okay, so we are in Collier, or however that was pronounced earlier. We'll do a couple more gate practices. So again, you should be holding your cloak as soon as you jump through. Now let's say we're in null sec and we've jumped through this gate and there is a bubble. So bubbles are things you can put on gates to prevent you from warping off and make you a lot easier to tackle down and destroy. So there are 2 commands that could be issued at this time. And the first one could actually be issued regardless of whether there's a bubble or not. The first one is burn back to the gate. So if I say burn to the gate, basically that means target the gate we just came in on, turn on your prop mode, and get back to the gate and hit approach, and get back to the gate as fast as you can. Okay, once at the gate, it's not a bad idea to just orbit the gate at sort of 500 meters. This keeps you moving. You can turn your prop mode off, so you reduce your signature a little bit. This keeps you moving, makes it a little bit harder to hit, but it also keeps you close enough to the gate that you could hit jump at any time. So if you do hear burn back to the gate, it will usually be followed by burn back to the gate and jump, unless we may be expecting someone to come through the gate. So the other option, if we see a bubble and we decide, you know what, there's only one guy, we're just going to get away from him, and that's basically burn out of the bubble. So to do that, you just double click a random spot anywhere in space and turn on your prop mode. So if I can just get everyone to basically practice, imagine there's a bubble. We have had a few bubbles in MQP, so honestly this training does come in handy. So then random spot in space, double click, and we all kind of end up spreading apart like a bit of a starburst. Warp bubbles are don't prevent micro warp drive operation, so just engage your prop mode and then you'll be good. So okay, any questions so far? No? Good. Okay. No. Was that a question or was that somebody just having a drink? Okay, we'll go with having a drink. All right, let's go ahead and align to the bay gate. Align to bay. And take the fleet warp, unless you're a scout, in which case don't take the fleet warp. And we'll be at the bay gate.
Yeah, actually I've got a question.
Sure.
Is there any benefit to the tactical overlay?
The tactical...
The tactical overlay.
Like the... like with the grid?
Yeah.
It's personal preference. I may look to like Thumped or Orlin if you guys have any opinions on what you prefer.
Like, do you do manual piloting? If you do, it's helpful to keep your range and know how far they are away from you. Like, I manual pilot underneath the target, so I keep a cone at about like 20 kilometers. And so it helps me keep range. But it's like, again, it's kind of on you. It also, you have an arrow that shows your direction and velocity. So that's also very useful, because you can see, especially if you're on turret ships, when your angle is at 0, and also you can look at your transversal versus their transversal, so that you can match their direction, so that transversal goes to 0, so you apply better. But I mean, again, it's if you're just clicking the orbit button or the approach button, that's not going to help you.
Yeah. So basically, if you're really experienced and you like to do some fancy piloting and things like that, it can be really helpful. If you're just starting out, it's probably best to just kind of, I mean, you can leave it on or off. The nice thing about leaving it on is it does, as Thump was saying, give you kind of an introduction to some of those skills that you'll do later on. So. Okay, let's just see. There's a little checklist I'm going through, just making sure I hit all of the stuff. Jumping, burning. So for the scout, so your job will basically be, you'll go through the gate first. You will check local, see how many people are there. Check on D-scan to see where approximately what distance away those people are. So if they show up on D-scan, that means they're within 14.3 AU of the gate. So you can switch over to, for the most part, we're catching people who are at either mining or ratting at anomalies. So if you switch over to your probe scanner, you'll see, so in the case if everyone does that, hits Alt-P, that will bring up your probe scanner window. You can undock it from your solar system info, makes it a little easier to keep on the screen. So you'll see here, there's one Serpentis Forsaken Hideaway that's 17.5 AUs away. So if somebody was at that site, they wouldn't actually show up on D-scan. So, okay, so gate is green. Go ahead and jump to bay. Okay, so now this was the sort of link up destination for anyone not in the learning part. So just 1 second, just going to check who we got here. Cool, nice fleet. Okay, I'm just going to close the ad. Okay. All right.
There's a battleship over there.
Okay. We are still in high sec. We do not want to engage anything unless it's flashy, which none of these are. So we'll just hang tight. And we will align to the Haggler gate. Again, keeping your... Oh, where'd you go? Come on. There we go. Broadcast align to. Okay, so align to the Haggler gate. And then take the fleet warp. Okay, so I will usually be, if you spot an enemy and you're not with the rest of the fleet, you can use the spot an enemy broadcast or go check. For in combat, if there is just a single target, it's pretty obvious. Call it. So this gate is red. Don't jump. Hold on, fleet, hold on gate, please. If there's a single target and we basically called it out, that's pretty easy. If there's multiple targets, listen for me to call out the actual target. I will use both a combination of the name as it appears in the combat overview. So, for instance, my ship is called Halley's, so I would use that instead of the ship name. Perhaps there's multiple ships of the same kind. So, we want to, particularly in a small frigate fleet like this, you want to focus your fire on one target at a time. This gets them off grid as fast as possible and reduces the overall DPS output of the opposing fleet. In some cases, as I mentioned at the beginning, pilot has a bad standing. Yeah, they're not going to do anything. As mentioned in the beginning, there may be drones after us. In this case, you want to switch to the drones tab on your overview, and you can actually target a drone and knock it down before it does any more damage to you. So,
I don't actually have a drones tab on my overview.
Do you have a little thing that says, it should be yellow?
I've got airplane, combat, targets, MISC, friendly, and warp out.
Yeah. Target is actually drones. So if you click on target, let me just...
Oh, I see. It's in the little window name when I click on targets.
Yeah. Make sense? Okay. So we'll get Scout to go +1. So basically that means you jump through the gate and give us a little report on what's on the other side. Okay, so that's it. 3 in local, and then is there any on D-scan?
That's just one local equipment.
Okay. Yeah, so you just want to ignore the purple people, and you just want to go for anybody who's not purple, basically. Okay, so gate is green. Go ahead and jump, and then Scout, you can make your way to the outbound gate, which will be Anher. Okay, and then just the rest of the fleet hold cloak.
What are you doing, sweetheart?
Okay.
Didn't I tell you to get ready for
can
bed?
Line to the
You need to
Anher
go to
gate,
bed.
'cause I think we're reasonably safe here in this little low sec pocket. So, meanwhile, the Scout will go through, and then usually you check the outbound, the status of the outbound gate, whether it's clear or camped, and then you can jump into the next system. Okay, so outbound gate is clear. Okay, well, we're jumping in ISEC. So, okay, everyone go ahead and align to Anher. And then take the fleet warp. Nicely bunched up.
Hello.
Hello. Anybody who's just joined us, if you need an invite, just PM Elaine Malleron right in the game, and I can give you a quick invite. We're just a couple jumps away from the gate here right now. So. Okay, now just before let's go ahead and jump into Anher. So we're in some high sec, and we will change people around. Okay, so come on, get up there. Okay, so yeah, Scout, it's best to use voice comms, so you can, yeah, that way it's just a lot faster than trying to type. So we do have a destination. Destination is back in fleet chat. Okay, so we got Orlin now is squad leader, so he will be able to warp the squad underneath.
Naked.
Haven't really played around with this too much, so. Is everyone else happy where they are? Do we want to make a wing, scout wing? We're good? Okay. It is basic fleet, so we won't get too crazy with that right now. Okay. So at the Avadi gate, so everyone align Avadi. I will, like I say, trying to be doing it now. For the logistics, we do now have more than 17 people in the fleet. So if you just open up a chat between the two of you, just double check, make sure no one else came as logistics. You can kind of split up basically which part of the list you want to take. And that will basically ensure that there's somebody covered in a watch list. So. Okay, now we've all aligned. We'll warp the fleet. Everyone leaves the gate at the same time, and it's all good. Okay, Scout can go +1. Okay, good. Yeah, so we won't be engaging too much until we get to So the gate is green. We can go ahead and jump till we get to nullsec.
Got one more.
See where we are. Okay. So yeah, so you can go to the Todifron gate. Everyone else can align to the Todifron gate. And take fleet warp. Okay, so we are still in low sec. A few things on the firing, so don't fire unless you hear me say engage. There's various reasons to not engage. If we do engage in aggressive activity, we are given a timer, so we will be unable to jump for one or dock for a minute, which could potentially delay escape and result in the death of one or more members of the fleet. Also, we are still in low sec, so any aggression within 150 kilometers of the gate will result in the gate guns targeting you down. And I've never tried this personally, but my understanding is that a MQP frigate does not last very long against a gate gun. So, okay, so Scout can go +1, and they haven't already. Okay. So when we're at the next gate, you can. That's pretty much your cue. You can go +1. So, okay. Next system is clear. So the fleet can jump into Todifron. Okay, and align to the Accio gate. And then go ahead and take the fleet warp.
Go ahead and jump down to
Yeah, you can do it. Like I say, as soon as you, basically, usually the system is you hit the outbound gate, give us an all clear, we'll warp there, and then you can go +1 into the next system. So,
Thumb is already in the system, and we've got one
okay, gate is green. Go ahead and jump to Accio. Okay, now we get to the fun part of the fleet. This area can be busy or it can be really dead. So we do have a little bit of jumping around, scouting different locations to kind of end up with a final destination. So we will, I will be broadcasting all the time the align gate. Professor Luton is at it again. Okay, so yeah, I will broadcast once we check out a couple of the pockets in this area. Our final destination will likely be probably in the IO system, because there's pretty much always a fight going on there. Or you never know, we might just come randomly across the someone. So. Okay, so go ahead and align to the EOA TAC Z gate.
Why is somebody trying to mine in the MQP fleet?
Professor Lupin really likes to loot stuff. So
Yeah,
I think
so
he's looking to actually retrieve the mining drone for sale later. Or he's just trying to piss me off. Okay.
We appear to be surrounded.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Just hold for a second, Scout.
Sorry, I already had jumped up.
No, that's okay. You can. What's EOA look like?
Nobody in here but us.
Okay, gate is green. Go ahead and jump. In this situation, if we do get to a gate and there are rats there, if you start to take damage, either warp to safety or we can take the gate. Generally speaking, one or two of us take the gate. It's not too much of a problem. So, okay, so currently we are on EOA TAC Z, and I will get the scout to go to TJM. And if another scout wants to go to UBX, we'll just hold on the gate. Okay, Tiberius, TJM. Who else wanted to scout?
I'll take it.
Okay, if you go to UBX, same thing. When you hit the gate, let us know what the outbound gate is like. And then jump in and let us know. We're going to hold here and practice one more little item. So, as I mentioned, we're usually trying to catch people who are mining or ratting. So if you open up your probe scanner, you will see two anomalies. These are known anomalies. You don't have to use core probes to scan them down. And one's a Garistus Haven and one's a pristine white glaze. So if a scout goes in and say they find 5 people in local, but there's none on D-scan, that means that if they are out and about, they're at an anomaly that's more than 14.3 AUs away from the gate.
UBX gate is clear.
Okay, so go to GTAC 7 and AD3, respectively. So in this case, the command will be, it's called a shotgun, and basically you're trying to just pop in on someone and randomly surprise them. This is maybe not the best system, but it's a good idea to practice. So if sorry,
just Tannen, there's a merm that's in the system, so you usually want to. There's a myrmidon on the scan, and so you'll want to call out that to the FC because they'll want to know that there's a person in the system.
Yeah. Okay. So where's the myrmidon?
He's in dead space. He's in probably a dead space site in UBX. I need ship scanners. I don't have.
Okay. No, that's cool. Okay, so I will call out shotgun long or shotgun short. It can usually be shotgun long. Shotgun long basically means pick an anomaly more than 14.3 AUs away and just warp there randomly. Okay, come back from GTAC 7 to the UB. Actually, yeah, come back to UBX, and we'll head there. Okay. So everyone will just practice shotgun, and for this case, this will obviously not be after so much explanation. It'll be sort of an immediate, we'll get into the system. So the logistics does not do shotgun because you have no way of tackling anybody. So you will sit at the gate holding your cloak until the longest possible minute. So just everyone go and practice shotgun long. So in which case, just pick one of the two anomalies, warp to it randomly. If this was a real shotgun and not just a test, and you found someone at the site you went to, the procedures to immediately go check, spotted an enemy, and then attempt to tackle them. So these ships all have a warp scrambler, and I think it's the Mimitar, at least the Mimitar ships also have to have a web of fire. You want to get tackle on them first, and then and call for the rest of the fleet, and they will look you up in the fleet history window, and then they can warp directly to you if you've spotted an enemy. So if you get there and you don't find anybody, just warp yourself to the outbound gate.
Can I interrupt here for just a second?
Sure.
You said that there was something in the system something or other. I can't remember what the hell he said it was. Mammoth or mastodon or something.
It's a
Oh,
Myrmidon.
Myrmidon? Yeah.
Sure. I don't see anything like that.
You're. What system are you in now?
Well, I just jumped back to EOA.
Before you were in UBX, right?
Yes. Yes, I was.
Yeah, so if you warp to me, and then you look, if you're on the inbound gate, if you were at 5 AU, if you had your D scan at 5 AU or at 14 AU, a big scan, you would have seen that there's a Myrmidon on scan, assuming that you have your filter set up.
Yeah.
For PvP, right?
He's also maledict.
He's off now because it's spiking. He's now
Yeah.
gone. But
He's now gone.
But he was running a site towards the cosmic signatures. I had to go old school and scan it down manually, but I don't have combat perps, so I'll be able to get to it.
So gate is green, everyone. You can go ahead and jump into UBX and just hold on the gate inside. So should be at the EOA gate inside UBX. And if you click on Alt D, it'll bring up your directional scanner and you'll be able to see a little bit more what we're talking about here. So you can see the malediction is still there. He's at he's just off the gate, and the Myrmidon has effed off probably due to local spiking, so he doesn't want to get scanned down.
Just a heads up, you could also just press B instead of Alt D for descan.
Yeah, if you that's sort of the shortcut. That also is a shortcut to refresh it as well. So, and then there was some comments there on the filters. So yeah, if you go in the little, you'll see it kind of in the top right, it'll say filtered. If you go down, I think probably PvP is the best one. That will filter out pretty much anything that isn't something that'll try and get you. So. Okay, thank you. So let's go to NBPH. So Scout can go NBPH.
Gotcha.
Myrm's on scan again. What is it?
We just came through EOA, from EOA into UBX. So then align to NBPH. And I will just go ahead
We
and set
have an
destination
Atron at NBPH.
at the NBPH gate. Okay. Is he close to the gate? Like, because sometimes they sit right off the gate.
There are rats on the inside.
Okay, so you can just go to the L4X gate. Yeah, so he's just sitting at a safe spot. He's just a scout off there. So gate is green. Go ahead and jump. And then align to the L4X gate. And I'll get us a destination here since it looks like we're going to end up where I think we are anyway. Okay, and then Scout can go to the outbound gate and go +1.
L4X is clear. Nothing on PC.
Okay, there's a new destination in Fleet Chat. That's where there's been quite a few kills from other people today. We'll see what we can find when we get there. Sorry, so L4X was clear?
I'm not seeing anything on the outside, or the landing spot.
Okay, so everyone can go ahead and... What is this doing to me here? Oh, it's taking me... Oh, it's taking me a different way. Okay, so don't follow the route, follow me for a second. So yeah, go ahead and jump L4X. There's a shorter route, but it takes us through part of low sec, and we just want to stick in null sec, so we should be back online now. Yeah, so go +1 to B6. Everyone align to B6.
We're on 6.
Go +1 to B6.
There are rats, by the way.
Okay, well that's okay. If you just go into B6, then we can. Usually you got like 10-15 seconds to hold. Okay, so B6 is clear. Go ahead and jump. Okay, align to the VTAC M gate.
We've got one person in TAC M, nothing on
Okay, just hold there for. Okay. Take the fleet warp.
That's dumb. My bad.
No worries. Okay, so VTAC M is clear. Go ahead and jump. Okay, we got a Tyra somewhere. Sure where?
We've got an Atron again.
It's not quite nice.
Yeah, it's probably the
Oh, okay.
just
Yeah. Okay, align to. Actually, just everyone can just warp yourself to the outbound gate. So warp to MTAC M.
TAC M is clear.
Okay, so if you hear that, while you're in warp, you can actually also hit the jump button. So the gate is green, you just go ahead and hit the jump button and warp. That will automatically warp you as soon as you get into the system. So
There's nothing on the other side of MTAC M.
all right.
he might be going to the B6 ground tech.
Outbound gate has nothing on D-scan. Proceed to FEZ.
Okay.
I'm gonna check,
scouting QKT.
Yeah, I'll check that one out.
63 in system at FEZ.
Oh, hold on.
That's the news. Did you guys see that Tara? I found him.
Yeah, that-
He's in B6. He's in B6.
He's in B6.
Yeah, he's in B6.
Okay, everyone come back to the VTAC M gate.
He's off. He's off scan.
Okay.
We got a slasher over at Q. But that's us, so never mind.
Okay.
Still trying to get the hang of getting this D-scan thing quickly.
No, it's okay. No worries. Any luck back in B6?
He's in the L4X gate. I can get him on the other side, but I need help. I don't know if he's stabbed or not. I can try.
Okay. He is okay. So everyone warp back to the VTAC M gate. If you are at the VTAC M gate, burn back to the gate and jump.
I got attacked.
Okay. We'll see if we can get there fast enough. So you are in B6.
I am in L4X.
Oh, you're all the way back in L4X. Okay.
Yeah, he's burning back to the gate. I'm trying to...
Okay. We'll see if we can get back there. Okay. Once you're back in VTAC M, warp to the B6 gate. Or take the fleet warp. What I just did there was called a cold warp, so I basically warp everyone before we're necessarily aligned, and then the gate is green, you can go ahead and jump. So remember, we're going backwards on the route that I just made, so listen for the gate commands, not necessarily. So you're still in LTAC 4, Thumped?
Yeah, help me bump it, please. Yeah.
Okay.
L4X.
L4X, sorry.
L4X.
Align to L4X. Align L4X.
Need help bumping.
Which gate is he at? The B6
He's the
gate?
B6 gate, yeah.
Okay, so as soon as we pop through, we'll be right there. Okay. So the gate is green. Jump into L4X. And warp to Thumped.
Need to work to me. He's on the gate.
Oh, he's on the gate. Oh, okay.
He's good distance off, but we've bumped him pretty well, so... You need to apply E-War because you can E.
Tackle him?
No, we need to tackle him.
I actually am gonna stay close to him. I have the lab.
You
Okay,
might want to
just-
just apply E-War.
Just E-War, this guy will die very quickly.
Stop shooting. I
Yeah,
think
don't
stop.
shoot. Do not engage. Just E-War only, please. E-War only. Okay. Looks like he's well scrammed. Is everyone here?
Not
Has
quite.
everyone got a target locked?
Almost there.
Missing Tannen.
Yeah, you guys moved back pretty quick, and I had to figure out where the hell you were.
No, that's okay. Okay, we got everyone here? Yes? No? I don't know what he's probably doesn't have much
Very
in there,
nearly.
so.
Oh, the Tannen's not on the yet.
Oh, somebody crapped out a cargo container.
It was a Terra. He's trying to buy his way out.
Just approach him and just put E-War on.
Yeah, just approach and scram, or I guess I'm probably one of the only ones that disruptor, so short range scrams. Okay, we all here? So yeah,
Just
I
about.
will. So now this will broadcast target. So if you aren't here, you could actually, if you were logistics. Oh, okay, blap him. He's self-destructing. Well, that was quick.
I got the pod. If you want on the pod, just
Yeah, if you want on the pod, target the pod.
Why would we do that? That's mean, isn't it?
Well, it is mean, but that's what people do.
you're PvPing, so this is important.
Anybody get any good loot?
Loot is mostly minerals and some ores.
Okay. All right.
Do
so
we all get
that's,
something from him, or is it just stuff he drops?
It's just stuff he drops. So we'll basically, depending on the kill, he will drop various parts. As far as loot goes, we kind of, if there's anything really super valuable, we can discuss at the end, provided we make it back with it. Otherwise, it's kind of a, don't be greedy. Kind of share the loot around a little bit, and we'll go from there. But yeah, it looks like it's all mostly ores and stuff, which don't fit all that well in our little frigates. So, okay. Any questions on the targeting and stuff? Good listening on the holding and stuff. That was good. Yeah, normally for this level of stuff, we don't do much in the way of salvage. Generally speaking, you can expect some kind of response when you do stuff like this, so you don't want to stick around waiting for drones to do your salvage and stuff. So.
Yeah, he did move the pilot back, but as we approach him, we should orbit him and turn warp drives off.
Yes. Yeah. So take warp. Most of the MQP frigates have got a distance in sort of the, I think it's sub 5,000 meter range. So you want to warp somewhere that's still within the optimal range of whatever weapon system you have on your ship.
But turn the
Okay.
warp drive off.
Yes, turn the warp drive off. Yeah. Yeah. Once you get within that range, you want to turn the warp drive off and then orbit them. That keeps you moving. Makes you harder to hit, and keeps you within optimal range. So, all right, who's up for a big fight in FDZ?
Sure, why not?
I am.
All right, this guy. Okay. All right, folks. So burn back to the B6 TAC 5 gate. So approach, prop mode on. I suppose Scout should go into the system first, but.
Yeah, I'm on it.
Yeah, it's already empty.
Okay.
Heading to VTAC M.
Okay, everyone. So you can jump to B6 TAC 5. Hold your cloak. Get everyone in, and then warp together. Okay, align to VTAC M.
VTAC M is clear.
I got one round off on that kill before he died.
I got 9 damage.
I think he probably only had about 1,000. So. Okay, VTAC M is clear. Jump, jump.
MTAC M is clear.
I think the bounty is actually spread between everyone, isn't it? So go ahead and align MTAC M. MTAC M is really close. So in that case, that is a weak ship. That's why we were holding. So you said MTAC M was clear?
That is correct.
Okay. Gate is green. Jump to MTAC M. So yeah, the reason we were holding is, as you gathered, he was fairly weak. Just a hauler. Died pretty quick, and we do want for people who like to get on the kill mails, give that opportunity. So go ahead and align.
32 others in scan. No big scan, but 32 others.
32 in system. Okay. So align to FDZ. And then take the fleet warp.
D-scan's pretty thoroughly out of the rest of the system now.
Okay, so you don't have anybody on 32 and local, nobody on D-scan.
Correct.
They be docked up or just...
Well, my D-scan doesn't cover anything in the system, so the asteroid belts are possible.
Okay. All right. You know what? Let's try shotgun long.
Can you explain that again, please?
Okay, so open up your probe scanner. So that's Alt P. Jump in the system and then warp to something that is greater than 14.3.
No anomalies in system.
Sorry?
0 anomalies in system.
Oh. Okay, well they've probably... Okay, we'll go ahead and jump and see if we can get somebody to come find us.
It's a cloaky fleet of goons. They're attacking. This is their staging system to attack forward.
I see a redeemer on D-scan over by the FDZ-9 asteroid.
FDZ-9? Okay.
FDZ-4.
Which? FDZ, Asteroid Belt 4?
Sorry, I'm not sure. How do I check what asteroid belt I'm
Oh, are you there? Then we could just warp to you.
at? Yeah, just warped. I've got rats on me. I just have something on D-scan.
Oh, then you okay? Then it's not at the belt, unless it's showing you a distance.
Sorry.
It's okay. Okay, let's go ahead and align to. Okay, let's go ahead and align to the MTAC 4 gate. We don't wanna
MR4.
hang around the. Sorry, MR4. We don't want to hang around here much longer. Okay, Scout can go to MR4 gate. I'm just going to. Warp us to a safe spot.
Hey, we got an Atron at the MR4 gate.
Is
Is
he
it
off the
GN?
gate?
He just disappeared off of D-scan.
Okay.
That could be me.
No, it was before you arrived.
Okay.
Nothing.
So-
One other person that's typed here.
Okay. So what I did there was, because we were having a little bit of confusion what was going on, I just warped everyone away from the gate to a safe spot. So now we can warp back to MR4. If these guys are waiting for pandemic, they might not bother with us, or they might try and catch us on the way back. So MR4 is green, correct?
Correct.
Okay, gate is green, go ahead and jump. Okay, and then align to SR TAC K.
Nobody else in system on SR TAC K.
Okay, gate is green, jump SR TAC K. Okay, go ahead and align SR, or sorry, 2E TAC Z.
2 tag Z is clean.
Okay, go ahead and take the fleet warp. And it is green, jump 2E TAC Z. Okay, Scout can go to 01 TAC F. Can align to 01 TAC FTD.
So 1 is green.
Yeah, where are we?
Right, clear, clear.
Yeah, just say clear, that's cool. Okay, and then we can jump 01 TAC F. Pretty quiet time of the day. Everyone's done their ratting, gone to bed. Okay, BND. One can align to the BND gate.
And a mallet.
Okay.
Not showing up on the BGM, sorry.
No, it's not your fault. They're just farther away from you than. So you can see a lot of the MQP ships have got that weird little symbol at the beginning. That's an easy way to tell who's friendly or not in your fleet when you're looking at D-scan. So let's go ahead and jump BND.
You're dead, go home. You're dead, he's in a capsule.
Okay. Do you have eyes on Johan?
Another.
Okay, let's do a shotgun long here. So open up your probe scanner, pick a random anomaly that's more than, well, they're all more than 14 AU away, and then warp to, oh, sorry, was that an anomaly that he's at? Pick an anomaly and warp there and get ready to tackle something.
He's on a perch, probably. Either that or retarded.
Okay. If we don't see him anywhere,
Just
warp
NPCs
yourself
here.
to the outbound gate. Yeah, you don't want to stick around too long. These guys will wreck you pretty quick.
Yeah, I'm getting wrecked.
Okay. Get to a station. Or, sorry, get to the outbound gate. The IOO gate. Okay, just usually after a shotgun, it's a little bit for everyone to get back to the gate, so we'll just hold here for a second.
Five others in system at IOO.
Okay, any on D-Scam?
They're just goons.
any suggestion for just goons?
Yeah, so like because goons are here, like they're not. You're not going to find them. They're all cloaky ships because they're just attacking. They're stealth attacking port. So they're ruining our content essentially.
Oh, okay. Damn goons. No, there's a reason. Don't like them. Many reasons, but anyhow. Okay, let's just go ahead and jump IOO then. Okay. Sorry, pile. Yeah, so that's it is kind of getting close to the normal end time. If you do want to bail, you can go back the way we came because that seemed to be pretty clear. Or if you feel like making a mad rush, you could go through IOO to BWF to Ojinen, and you're back in some low-sec space. Don't leave the fleet just yet. I'm going to quickly make a fat link as soon as we jump somewhere safe.
Can I get some shield, please?
Oh, yeah, so just, yeah, broadcast. So Logi can target Tannen and give him some shields. Practice that. Okay. So how about, once you get, let me know once you got shields. I'll just warp us to a spot.
As soon as we get through this warp, you can toss it, yeah?
Sorry?
No, he couldn't do something, I guess, because I was cloaked.
Oh, yeah, no, if you still have your shield timer on, you won't be able to, yeah, won't be able to target anyone, so even your friends.
Do you want me to check 8MG?
Yeah, there's usually a guy carrier ratting in there.
Me to tackle a carrier?
Sure. We could do that, right?
May as well.
Kill some fighters.
Well, we kill some fighters, yeah. I don't have much illusions for anything else. So. Okay, so the fat link has been made. For those of you who are new to SEADC and MQP, this is how you get your member status once Icarus does this thing and checks out. The fleet usually comes in a couple of days, then you get your member status. So, okay, if you're back to... Sorry?
We're gonna tackle a rattlesnake.
Are we? Where? Are you serious?
8MG, yeah. We'll see if I can get him.
Okay, where are you right now? Everyone just be quiet. We need to figure out. You're in 8MG?
Yeah, but I don't know if I'm gonna get to him in time. He's on the other side of the rock. Depends if he's AFK and I can...
Okay, we need to go to BWF. Right?
He's out.
Okay,
He's
everyone.
out. He's
Oh.
out.
Okay, warp to BWF. And
What,
then we're going to warp to the 8MG gate.
What exactly is a fat link? I don't get it.
Oh, it's a fleet activity tracker. It basically indicates that you've had membership in the fleet, what you were flying, and what you did. So it's just used to track activities and give member status.
Where do we find that?
Members, it will come up automatically in a few minutes on the authorization page. So, okay, let's go ahead. How is BWF?
BWF has 128 in local.
Okay, so we're gonna jump BWF, and then we're.
Off of gate.
That's okay. He's just a scout. So jump BWF, and align yourself to the 8MG gate.
Don't you still got him?
No. He was way off. I landed at 0 and he was 50 away from me. In the middle of the...
As far as we can want to go after that other scout.
Oh, he was looked like he was like 1,000 kilometers off, but maybe that's just because I was mid warp. But a rattlesnake is way more fun, so we'll see if we can Okay, go ahead and jump 8MG. It's a battleship. It's a faction battleship. But because it's basically geared up for killing big stuff.
Hey, I need help. I'm getting
Where
shot
are
up.
Who do we warp to?
Yeah, right
Which
when we
system?
jump through, right when we, BWFZZ.
Okay, warp yourself to the 8MG gate and jump.
I'm jacked up, bro.
So one of your guys
Okay.
got tackled. I've seen.
Okay.
Which gate?
All right, jump back into BWF.
My shields are
Is he
almost
still there?
gone. Yeah, I'm getting jacked up, man.
Okay. Okay, who's yeah, link yourself in just go spotted a target into fleet.
It's an Osprey Navy. It's gonna jack out of you, but
I'm almost dead.
Who are you?
you gotta say your name.
Tannen.
Yeah, no, it's in Tannen. Yeah, so
Tannen is dead.
It's- Tannen is dead. Okay, so we're not going to be able to warp to him.
And
I
my
already started
cap's
warping
getting
him,
jacked
I
up too.
do.
Alright, guys, one at a time. He can warp to his pod if he's been blown
Yep.
up.
Okay, let's warp to Tannen, and we will
Activating clone.
okay, warp to Blue, and we will all die in a fiery mess, or not. We'll see.
Oh, great. I'm back at the freaking academy. Where I have nothing but a
What did you get
capsule.
engaged by?
Falcon?
Who was that other scout?
Falcon?
Give me a second and I'll put the report in.
Well, I mean,
A Jag?
and
You could take a Jaguar.
Okay, well, let's see what we got. Oh, it's just an Atron. The Atron tackled you?
A vagabond falcon from the Federal Navy Academy.
Okay, yeah. So he was just the ship type was an Atron.
Can you link your? Can you link
I'm trying to. Hold on.
Okay, he's at a perch, ways away.
That's an NPC. Oh, that's a
No,
station.
that might be the wrong one. Hold on. Yeah, that's old. That's the top.
Okay,
Ah,
let's go back to.
there we go. That's the one right there. That was the wrong one.
Okay. Okay, he's warping in. See if you can tackle him. Oh, he's.
Careful and Xerox.
Is he just bait?
They've got an Orthrus on scan now as well.
jump.
Looks like he jumped. Yep. Okay, let's go back, everyone. Align to 8MJ.
So I don't even get the satisfaction of being avenged.
No, he jumped. We'll just go see if that rattlesnake has gotten back out again.
Okay, so how do I go about getting the ship back?
Fill out
I
the
will-
SRP form.
Yeah, I need to make a. Okay, so there's a Sino in the system. Sorry, I need to make an SRP link, which if you got some time to hang around, I will do that at the end.
Alright, guys, 2 sinos were just lit in the system.
That's exciting.
Those are probably just moving stuff to their frozen.
Yeah. Okay, let's just go to jump to 8MJ.
They're going to be at Havens, so I suggest shotgun and Haven.
Yeah, shotgun havens. So open up your probe scanner, find a Garista's haven, and just shotgun to it. Shotgun any distance, just shotgun to a haven. if you see anything, link your spotted enemy and then check, and we will warp to you based on being able to target you in the fleet history window.
How do you link the spotted enemy? Is it the same drag and drop?
Just, nope, there's no link. You just click on, so I'll just... there's no enemy, so this is just a test. So now you'll see that I've spotted an enemy, which I haven't actually. But if I could have, then I would have. You could warp to me right off of that. Okay, he left his MTU behind.
Where?
I don't know. Somewhere that was in D-scan range of me.
Let's find it and get it. There are also a bunch of drones I'm trying to find, but I can't.
Okay, you definitely do not want to hang around these NPC sites. Does anybody have the rattlesnake on D-scan? You docked up, okay. Okay, anyone find a mobile tractor unit? This would be a way of practicing a little bit on your scanning skills.
I see
If you-
2 of them on D-scan, but I don't have a distance for it.
Okay, so that just means they're somewhere within your D-scan range. So you can reduce your D-scan range by 1 kind of unit, and then if it still shows up, you'll know that it's closer than that.
You had an Armageddon coming in. Let's see if he's landing at the RLSI gate. Just took the RLSI gate.
Are you in 8MG?
I'm in a BWF. I'm just
Oh, okay.
scanning the other side for you guys so that you don't.
Okay. Okay, we're now +1 in BWF.
FC, if this guy needs to leave, I can create the SRP link if you want.
Oh, yeah, that would be awesome. Thanks, Will.
All right. He wants to.
Well, there are 2 NTUs, but both
What are you
of them
doing
are no longer in active mode.
What?
I was gonna go to the bathroom.
Alright, hurry up. Turn off all those lights back there. And you got toilet paper sitting on the table. What are you getting toilet paper out of the bag for? Just take them both, son.
All right, everyone, warp yourself back to the BWF TAC Z gate. And I see, looks like Tiberius needs some shields. So once somebody, once logistics gets here. Okay, I don't think anybody wants to come out and play. How does BWF look?
It's the same as it usually does. Lots of people.
Lots of people? Okay. Okay, thanks, thanks, Blue. All right. Well,
Check.
I think...
Check 4 comp if you want.
Okay, so let's, everybody jump to BWF. And then we'll align to the RLS gate.
scout jumping to RLS.
So he just jumped? Are you in RLS?
No, I'm 2,000 meters out. Jumping.
Okay. Yeah, go +1. Everyone else just hold on the gate for a moment. You can orbit the gate at this point.
One other in system, not on system.
Okay, go ahead and jump RLS. Okay, Shambona, you've got an enemy? Or are we just practicing?
Two there, jumping out.
Okay. Let's try another shotgun long here. That person's probably docked, but you never know. So shotgun long, and then we will. The outbound gate will be 4 coms, which I have put into fleet info.
There's nobody there.
And for man, there's always somebody. Okay, we're now +1. Okay, warp yourself to the Fortax CU gate.
Yeah, Vortex is empty.
It's empty. Okay. We will warp to the gate and just hold for a moment.
BND, scout that.
Yeah, I might as well go back to BND.
Get us on the stair. EvE.
Sorry, somebody's got stare on BWF?
I saw him, but I was leaving.
Oh, okay. BND clear?
BND has 2 others in system, nothing on PC.
I think that was pretty much the same as when we went back. Okay. How are people for time? No, it's been almost a couple hours. Still good?
I'm far, far away. Likelihood of me showing back up is slim to none.
That's okay. Although I think we may be suffering from time to time. There's just simply nobody out to shoot. So what we'll, I think we'll do is we'll head back through a bit of a low-sec route. Oh, where's a crow? No, he's just worked off.
There is another crow at BWF gate.
Okay, warp to BWF.
Same.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he just
it's
came out
not
of
the
the.
one.
He just came out of the fort. One just came out of the Fortizar.
Alright, one of the crows better, the other one jumped to BWF.
Okay, go ahead and jump BWF. We'll take their bait. Okay. $149. Any experienced FC tips on content creation?
Yeah, they're all at the if they're actually at the gate here. Just check.
They're all at the they'll be gate camping Ojinan, won't they?
Yeah, they are. They're all
Like all 153 of them?
you've got all these.
Okay, if people just orbit the RLS gate, just for now.
There you go.
Okay, so how does this? I got to figure out how this part works.
You've got 3 interceptors, 3 cruisers, 2 destroyers. It's all 3.
Oh, all right. I believe this is Leroy Jenkins' time. So, everyone align to the Ojinan gate. Align to Ojinan.
So the targets that you could probably kill out of all this, Garber, if you can catch him, obviously the Condor, any of the Ares, you could probably kill the Confessor.
Okay. Let's.
Those are going to be hard.
Yeah. No, we'll try for the small stuff. So obviously, what we're going to do, we're going to jump into a gate camp, and I will start calling targets, and we'll see who we can get down before we die. So, everyone ready?
Are you guys jumping into BWF?
So yes, we are currently in BWF. We are jumping to the Ojinan gate.
Okay, there was a big camp in BWF going into Ojinan. I'm in Ojinan, and there's 4 off of Ojinan.
Okay, are they? What's their status?
Smaller Caracal Badger.
No, but Ojinan's low sec, so we can't engage them right on the gate.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay.
They're 134 kilometers off.
Okay, let's just warp we're gonna warp to the Ojinan gate, and if you get into trouble and you want to bail, you can try and warp to the gate, or you can stick around and we can all die inglorious.
I'll try to take the power cell then, or should I go after the
No, we're gonna be on the BWF side. So if you want to come back into BWF,
okay, that's
you can. Yeah, no, that's fine.
All right.
Death is part of MQP.
Alright guys, warp yourself to Oyanen.
Okay. Okay, Imicus. He's the only guy I can see there now. Everyone targets broadcast. Target the Inimicus. Okay. Yeah, FC needs reps. FC's gone.
Next turn. Dishker. Where's you guys on?
Okay. I see. We're in BWF at the Ojinan gate.
Start locking up Trung. Fire tail at the target. Start locking him
Yep.
up.
Dominance has been targeted.
No, that's okay. Just still go for the small stuff. And they applied me. I was sticking around to see how you guys were doing.
Did we get that Ishker?
I think I saw a capsule appear. Yeah, I think we did.
Everybody else dead?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got this.
Nice job, guys.
try.
Okay. You just open it up and then drag it from the website, usually just into the chat. So. All right, folks. Thanks for coming to MQP. I'm really liking when I first started these things a couple months ago because nobody was running them North American times. We were getting 7-8 people per fleet. It's nice to see we're getting some really good numbers. And once I think we get people more experienced with these, we can start doing a little bit more of the, a little bit more complex, I think. Maybe get some fleet, more doctrines and things like that. Yeah, so keep coming out. And anybody got any questions, comments, feedback for me, feedback for each other?
That was fun. Just FYI, I was recording it locally so that I could rewatch it if you want a copy of it.
Or you can post it. Like, I'm not too... Yeah. Whatever, it's up to you. I haven't actually ever tried that before. I might try it at one point, so...
Well, I'm going to have to go back and see how the hell that guy got me.
Okay, yeah, no problem. Anybody else? Questions?
Yeah, how do you use B-scan? I don't think I saw one thing on B-scan. You guys were like,
oh okay.
140.
Okay.
I'm sorry, FC, really quick. Just if you could do the SRP for these guys, make sure they know how to do the SRP before anyone leaves fleet.
Okay, yeah. So that's thanks for the reminder there. So Orland there linked the SRP request. So basically, you click on that. That will bring you to the auth website. You then link in your kill mail to that and submit it off. And as long as you've got an MQP doctrine ship, then you will get. I don't know how long it takes to get stuff back because I normally don't fly doctrine ships and get them SRP'd. So if anybody else has experience with that, then they could sort of chime in. But does anybody have any questions on that part?
Where's your kill mail?
So your kill mail will come to your inbox, your individual in your mailbox.
If you go on Z Killboard and search your name in the search box, you'll see the recent kills. Yeah, this is someone just linked it. Search your name and then copy that and paste it in the box, and Bossman will approve it, and then he'll send you some money. Yep. That's pretty much it.
So in the sky that we just killed, I have a kill mail in game, but I'm not seeing it on Zedkill.
Sometimes, yeah, with them said, it takes a little while sometimes.
Okay, but I don't have to manually do it.
You have to manually link it if you're going to fill out an SRP request. Give it like another 10 minutes. Hopefully it'll...
Yeah.
Well, I see my death there, but there's a whole lot of text here that is mouse over. Which one is actually the link?
Probably the easiest is to go to the Z kill board and search for your name.
That's what I'm on. I'm saying the recent activity, if you look down at the graph, or the chart, or whatever you want to call it, there's a lot of text that happens to be mouse overable, as though it's hot linked.
Okay, just let me check you here. Is it 10 in? There you are. Okay, so if you go down, so if you click basically anywhere, usually actually I click on the value of the ship, so you'll see 1.04 million. You click on that, it'll bring you up to your that specific kill. Then you can copy the kill board, the Zkill website address, and paste that into the SRP.
Gotcha.
Any other questions from folks?
I think someone had a question about DScan.
Oh, yeah. So for DScan, that's basically, it's, what do you call it, an art? It just takes some practice. So what it does is it scans in a, depending on how you set, but the default setting is a cone or a sphere, 14.3 AU astronomical units in diameter, and picks up anything in that range. You can then filter it to PVP anomalies, various things. One of the things that sometimes messes people up is they'll have it filtered to their active overview filter. So that's whatever you're seeing in the Z-dash overview. So, but if, say for instance, and I've done this a couple times, I was like checking out the Warp 2 tab, and my DScan is set to active overview, I'm not going to see any ships. I'm just going to see planets and stuff, because that's how I've got it set up. So there is a filter option for PvP that will just show ships, and I think it's just ships and other things. So one of the things you can do that I've always found pretty handy is go around O'Dern and try and descan people down. When you hear people say trying to descan them down, what that means is, say you open up your scan, you see somebody, they show up on descan, but they don't have a distance. So that means they're somewhere within 14.3 AU. You can then, and I will apologize, I'm doing some of this from memory because I'm not outside in a ship, but you can then slide the range to like 10 AU. And if they still show up, then you know they're somewhere within 10 AU. And you can kind of keep sliding it down until they pop off. So then usually they'll be somewhere between, unfortunately, the ranges aren't slidable, so it's like 1, 5, 10, and 14.3. And so you can kind of narrow them down a little bit. If you really want to get fancy, there's also a button that changes, so then there's sort of linked in there. So there's a button that changes your search radius from 360 to 180. I think it's a 90, 60, 30, 15, and 5. So you can narrow it down. So basically you can think of now you're creating a beam. And then you can control, or so you can V and then click on something and it will scan in that direction. If you've got it set at like sort of 5 or 15 degrees and you've picked up on something on the thing you've clicked, chances are really good that whatever you're scanning happens to be there. So like I say, O'Dern is a good spot for that because there's lots of activity, lots of people in different spots, although usually they're all at one of the moons, but there are people in different belts, and so you can basically practice trying to find where people are, and that just helps before you get out and try and do it when there's people around trying to shoot.
Okay, so this fat mail bit, it says that we have to do this to be a member. I'm confused about that.
Oh, that's just automatic. So I created a fat link that's if you go on to the Silent Coalition authorization page and you log in, if you're all registered and stuff, and you go down to about halfway down on the left side, there's a fleet activity tracking button.
Right.
And
I saw that. The question is, what does it mean for membership? Because I thought we were already members. Is there a different status that we are now, or what? Once you join the corporation, once you do one of these, you get member status, which I think gives you access to some of the corp hangars for like blueprints and stuff like that. So. Okay. Yeah, still very, very new to the game, and then you add the bureaucracy of a corporation on top of that, and it's just like, wow.
Yeah, I totally understand. I think I started and stopped this game 3 times before it finally stuck. So, but it's a learning cliff, as some people like to call it. But trust me, it does get easier, and the more you kind of practice and ask questions, the easier it is. So.
Well,
Anyone
I'm
else?
only 16 jumps away yet still from HQ, so
Yeah, so if you do like it here and you want to spend your time in this area with SEADC and its related corporations, you can, once you get back to O'Darren, change your home station to here. It's the same as creating a jump clone. You can just open up the clone bay and click Set Home Station. You can set your home station to the current station you're in, or your default starting school location at any time you want. So don't feel like you're having to, like, you know, you're permanently stuck in O'Darren forever. So.
well, I mean, it's kind of convenient that I just got blown to hell and back, was because I still had ships that I was trying to transfer to HQ, so it just saved me a trip.
Yep. Yeah, so honestly, if you are wanting to do a big transfer, just leave your home clone at the end where your ships are. You can then self-destruct yourself and spawn back at your home station and just fly another ship back. It saves you sort of making a return trip.
How does one self-destruct?
You leave your ship inside a station, click on the clone bay, and it'll give you an option to self-destruct. Yes, good point. If you have any implants, don't self-destruct. It will give you a warning, but it's also good practice to get into. I often don't have implants, except sort of if I'm going to be away from the game for a few days, because inevitably they get blown up because I forget to create a jump clone. So. All right. Well, again, thanks for everyone for coming out. I may have to step off here in a second. I think I'm about to get a phone call. So always keep an eye out for MQPs at this time of day. I try and run one a week if I can, depending on real life schedules. Also, if you are a student or otherwise, there's often some done that kind of show up around about 12:30 my time anyway, so that's, I'm on mountain time, so that's kind of 2 to 2:30 Eastern time, run by some of the guys in the EU, France and German. Lots of those guys, they are pretty awesome FCs, and it's usually more of a peak time for EVE in general, so there's often a little bit more content out there. So. And then on the weekends, I'm usually pretty online, pretty extensively every second weekend. Just my strange real life schedule kind of allows me to do that. And I do try and run one that sort of, again, kind of encompasses the European and North American time zones, kind of runs to about somewhere between noon and 2 o'clock my time. That I think we had 36 people in the fleet on the weekend. So you get a little bit more flexibility to take down some pretty big stuff. So. And also look for other just sort of random things in chat on the PvP channels. Sometimes there's like scouting tips, PvP 101, things like that. So if you really like it, just ask around, and if people are free, we'll come out and we'll do some stuff. If people aren't, then again, we just keep trying again. So it's a really fun part of the game, and also, as you've witnessed, doesn't require a lot of ISK to even just kind of fly around, and honestly, the more you engage people, the better the better you get. So yeah, so check is basically if you say that, then everyone should stop talking, including me, and basically listen for what's coming next. So, and yeah, so the link goes to Bossman. He will check it. I think it's usually, depending on his schedule. So it's that guy we killed dropped 10 million. Oh no. Yeah, so you can make money PvPing if you're really good, or get really lucky. But it also doesn't hurt to have a side source of income to buy ships to blow up. So awesome, folks. Thanks again, everyone. Hope to see you in another fleet. And yeah, if you got any other comments, you can always send me a message on Discord or in game. So
Thank you for your time. Awesome.
Yeah, thanks for having us, man.
I love doing this, and I like teaching folks, so kind of sharing it around and give people opportunities. So thanks all, and everyone fly safe.
Good night.
Thanks.
Bye bye.
So Luke, they